Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, today's lesson, we're going to go into how Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, is going to try to fight Yahweh Shai and the angels. You know, Michael the archangel, you know, the angels. You know, that this war in heaven spoken about is not, you know, talking about, you know, the spiritual realm, the fourth dimension. It's just talking about the our skies, you know, just the skies up above, right here. All right, because the fourth dimension is complete order up there. Okay, and the fourth dimension is complete order. Right now, where the Most High is at. All right, where Yahweh Shai and Yahweh's at is complete order up there. All right, even Satan himself. All right, the number one wicked angel on the left hand side is Satan, which is Satan. Okay, but he is also son of Yahweh on the left hand side. So, but you gotta understand, up there they're not fighting and there's a war up there. No, you know, Satan goes to and from the earth every day and takes orders from Yahweh. You know what to do. So we're gonna start off in Revelation chapter 7 and verse 7 on down. You know, and break this down to those of you that are just, you know, haven't got this breakdown, or those of you who are just coming into the truth, to let you know what this war is really about. You know, because these wacky-tacky Christians have you know, lied. These Catholics have got the people all wrong. You know. So this is why the true servants of Yahweh Bashem El Shai are here today to break it down to you the right way, to let you guys know, you know, exactly, you know, what this means. You know, that way you guys can get you know, a thorough education, thorough knowledge of what this book is really saying. Revelation chapter 12 verse 7 on down. And there is war in heaven. Okay, right, let's stop right there. Okay, so heaven is not talking about the spiritual realm where the angels are at. That's the fourth dimension. All right, for those of you that don't know, give you a quick breakdown. Right here, the planet Earth, this is the physical realm. Right here where you mortals live, all right, it's the third dimension. Okay, this is the physical realm. It's the third dimension. Where Yahweh Bashem El Shai and the angels are, it's the third dimension. It's the fourth dimension. It's a whole nother realm. All right. So this heaven here is not talking about where the Lord's at. You know, the spiritual realm. No, it's talking about just our skies right here. You know, right where these jets fly, where these birds fly, right here in our skies, right above our heads. Okay. All right, so you have, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels. So Michael is the chief archangel. Michael is an angel of war. Okay, Michael is third in command. He's right underneath Yahweh Shai. Okay, he's gonna be leading the charge. All right, Michael, he's a chief archangel of war. Okay, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Okay, the dragon talking about Esau's power structure. Okay, the dragon. All right, because they have their jets. Okay, now they have their space force and stuff like that. All right, so I was talking about the so-called white man, his power structure. Okay, because that's just what it is. It's the dragon. Okay, and the dragon fought and his angels. So what is Esau's angels? His jets. Okay, his jets, his F-22 Raptors, his F-35, Russia, their jets. Okay, so that is their angel. Oh, you even have a jet show. What you even have these Edomites have a jet show where they're literally called the Blue Angels. See that? Because what are the angels? But for the so-called white man, his jets. Okay, once again, you even have a show that has jets, and they even call them the Blue Angels. So that lets you know that so the Lord's angels, yeah, those are the angels spoken about. Okay, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. All right, but these heathens, okay, Esau, the so-called white man, his angels are the jets. All right, his jets. So some Edomites are going to be too scared to fight, too afraid to fight, but some of them are going to fight back, and the Lord's going to make them fight back. Okay. Verse 7, and there is war in heaven. So right here, right above our skies in World War III, because the angels and Yahushai are going to be in World War III. It's not just Russia, China, Iran, Israel, the U.S. No, the angels, the so-called UFOs are going to be in World War III. Absolutely. See that? Because the Lord's actually going to be in the Lord's actually going to be in World War III, you guys. He's not just going to show his face in the sky, be like, oh, that's the Lord. No, the Lord's actually going to be here. 10 toes down on the ground. He's actually going to be here with his spaceships. Utterly destroying the heathen. Yep. And prevailed not. So, let's start from the top. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels. See that? Hear that breakdown. And prevailed not. Because, Esau is going to lose miserably. Okay? Esau is going to lose terribly. Neither was there place found any more in heaven. Right, because Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, his power structure is going to be stripped from him. The Lord gave him his power, but the Lord's coming to take away his power and destroy all these weapons out here, all these guns, all these tanks, all these jets, all these helicopters. Okay, starting with Yahushai. Okay, the angels and the 144,000 are going to destroy everything. So not only are they going to, beat down these militaries, but then after that, they're going to go around the world destroying all the weapons. All right, that way there's not all this chaos around the world no more. Where it's just, all right, somebody kills you and then you go kill them, and then it's a non-stop cycle. See that? That's what's going on with the heathen right now, because they throw some rockets at each other, and then it's like, okay, now they retaliate. It's like, okay, it's like they bomb you, and then they go bomb them, and then it's just back and forth. It's like tennis. It's just back and forth. But the wars never stop. They're just some wars are years long. Years and years and years. See? And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Right, because they're going to lose. East starting with the so-called white man, the Edomites, and the heathens, because the heathens are going to join forces. Okay, right now they may be having their small wars between Iran, Israel, China, Taiwan, but all these nations, including the U.S., are going to join forces once Yahushua gets here with those spaceships, with the angels. Okay, because these top elites know. All right, even that President Ronald Reagan said that. Okay, I believe it was Reagan or Nixon. Let me see. Let me look it up real fast. I just gotta see his face and I'll know. Let me see. So let me get it real fast. Where's it? Yeah, it was Ronald Reagan. Okay, so it was Ronald Reagan that said that. That had that speech a long time ago that said, if we have, a threat by outer force, wouldn't we all come together? So, just because these top officials don't tell the masses, these top elites know about the so-called UFOs, okay, the angels and Yahweh Shai. That's why this truth is such a threat. Okay, it's a threat to the New World Order, and it's a threat to this society, to this planet. Okay, although it's not their planet, it's a major threat. Why? Because they can't defeat it. Okay, so of course it's a major threat. Everybody else, they can go take them down. But they can't take the angels down. It's a major threat, because no matter what they do, how many teams they got out here, they cannot prevail. But their best agents, their best assassins, their best hunters, no one can prevail. No one can get the job done. No one can get the job done, baby. It don't matter how much these elites pay these assassins out here. It don't matter. It don't even matter, baby. See? Verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Okay? I'm not talking about the left-hand angel. Okay, Shaddam is talking about his counterpart, the so-called white man, the Edomites. Alright, devil means deceiver, false accuser, which deceiveth the whole world, because who lied to the whole world? It's starting with the international bankers, the royal families. Okay, and then along with their secret societies like Illuminati, Skull and Bones. Alright, you know the deal. Alright, because they're the ones who lied to the masses about how the Lord looks. Okay, what's going on around here? But that's why people are starting to figure it out, starting to wake up to smell the coffee. You even have United States Marines who are resigning because they say that what Trump is doing is unconstitutional. And that's right, because remember, Trump, for those of you that are like Trump fans out there, it may be a hard pill to swallow, but you gotta understand, these presidents, they're all in cahoots. Kamala, Obama, Bush, Trump, they're all for the New World Order. Okay, they work, they're puppets for the elites. Okay, they're not truly for the American people. All right, this is why look at how much damage Trump has done to America's allies. How much they're destroying the American dollar. Just pretty much saying "F you" to all their allies. Why? Because they're crashing America. See, because the elites are done with America, and so is the Lord. So America is like double dose finished. It's totally finito. Because the elites are pulling the plug. Okay, because the elites used America for their main cash cow, but also to push all their satanic agendas. All right, do as thou wilt. Everybody knows about the Kardashians. The NFL and NBA. Baseball. You may say, well, what's satanic about that? It's not. It's just that's a big distraction. Okay, are there athletes who do turn to the left hand side and do become Satanists? Yes, not all of them, but yes. But what's wrong with the sports is that it's a distraction, because it distracts you from reality. And don't get me wrong, okay? There's nothing wrong with putting your family in sports. Being a football fan. There's nothing wrong with sports. It's a healthy activity. It's something. It's a lot. It's something to keep you going. And it's not like it's evil. Like, oh, it's evil. No, it's not like that. It's just that that keeps you distracted from what's going on. You watch a game, hang out with your family. It's all good. The Lord's not gonna get mad at you for that. Okay. You gotta understand the meaning behind this. It's just that, by all this, people are distracted, because if you ask people about sports, don't know about people's stats, their rebounds, how many assists, how many points they made. but they don't even know about their Lord. They don't even know about the history. They don't know who the Rothschilds are. See, they don't even know what's going on with the sleeper cells, UN troops, guillotines. They have no idea because they're distracted by NFL, NBA, See, so that's where these elites keep the people like a pacifier. They keep people like, just kind of keep them quiet for a little bit. Because as everybody knew the truth, they would go crazy, Everybody would be out here rioting, But they don't know the truth because they're being distracted, by these clubs, sports, Netflix and all that. See, people just, smoking weed all day. Now they made it legal. See, so people are just high all day long, They don't give a damn. All people need is just that little high and they're straight, They have no idea what the hell's going on. Neither do they care. All they need is a little bit of fast food and they're good to go. All they gotta do is order some Grubhub, some DoorDash, and they're good to go. They don't give a damn. As long as they got their little apartment, their little Xbox, they don't give a damn. See? Same thing with the women. The women are distracted now because they don't really necessarily need a man right now because they got their Instagram, OnlyFans, stuff like that, But those of you women out there that are single, it's going to be very bad for you because there's a lot of sleeper cells here. There's a lot of top super soldiers here from other countries because remember, these other countries are getting ready to overthrow America. America is going to be invaded. Not only that, but there's sleeper cells all throughout America. Millions. Okay, and remember, these other nations are not going to send in their third string players to try to take down America. Remember, America is the champs right now. Okay? Yes, America is Babylon, okay, according to the scriptures, but at the same time, okay, we gotta give credit when credit's due. Yes, is the Lord gonna overthrow him? Is the Lord gonna eventually destroy America? Yes, but we have, you gotta give credit when credit is due. You have to, we call it as like we see it, because we're here to give the facts. But is America very strong? Shit, yeah. Okay, America still has the strongest military in the world. Okay, yeah, there may not be so many people join the military and all that stuff, but America got the good shit. Okay, they got America's Babylon the Great. All right, don't even start. All right, I don't care what they say on TV. Okay, America is well equipped. I don't give a damn. All right, so we have to call it. We gotta give you the facts. It is what it is. So America is very strong. Is America divided and crumbling? Yes. But at the same time, they're still very strong. They can still handle, a lot, because it hasn't been all the way broken down yet. But as of this moment, is it strong? Yeah, fuck yeah. Excuse my Italian, but it's very strong right now. So remember, so Russia, China, Iran, they're not going to send their whatever soldiers over here. No, they're going to send their top tier soldiers over here, along with robots, AI, you name it. See? They're not just going to send, a bunch of nobodies over here. Yeah, they may have some extras, but they're going to send their top tier soldiers over here. Top assassins, top snipers, top soldiers over here, trained to kill. So those there's a lot of women in these apartments and these houses that are all by themselves because they're in that Beyonce spirit, that they don't need a man and all that stuff. So they're gonna find themselves in a world of hurt because these soldiers ain't just regular soldiers that are coming over here, because prophecy is gonna fulfill, but you gotta understand, China and Russia and them, they want next because they see what's happening with America. So they want next. Absolutely. Absolutely. So these nations, they don't really care either because they don't really know the Lord like that, So only the top elites do. So these other nations, they're thinking like, well, we want next. If they see that, America's foundations are cracking, so these nations are ready, they're like, well, America's gonna fall, shit, we got next. We're gonna be the next world. Because at the end of the day, it's all about power and control. Okay, what the heathen. You know, it's all about power and control. That's the bottom line right there, baby. Black and white, straight up and down. You know, yeah, you know, people have sometimes, you know, they got the money, the cars, you know, the fancy planes and all that, but at the end of the day, it's all about power and control. I don't give a damn what your boss says. It's all about power and control, baby. See, these next nations, okay, these other nations, I should say, these other nations, they want next. So they're looking for the right time to strike, and that's very soon. Okay, because as you can see, you have even American citizens that want to overthrow America because they're saying America's not run right. You even have United States Marines who are resigning because they don't agree with Trump. So that's America's foundations weakening. There's a lot of cracks now in America's foundation. You know, see. So these other nations, you know, they're watching very carefully. You know, you don't think that they're paying attention? Shit, they're paying close attention. See that? You know. So when these leaders and all that in America, you know, fights with each other and, you know, storms the White House and, you know, there's riots in LA, you know, in downtown, all that. These other nations, they smile because they're like, yeah, America is destroying themselves, you know. So they're waiting for the right time to strike. All right, see, you know, because at the end of the day, when America does that, the only one who looks bad is America as a whole. It don't matter. You say, oh, fucking Democrats, fucking Republicans, don't matter. You're both Americans. You're both Americans. So America as a whole is not looking good at all, and it's ready to be invaded because no one gives a damn about the president. The president don't give a damn about nobody, vice versa. You got Americans out here, you know, who don't give a damn about the politicians, protesting, rioting, you know. Remember a few years back, they were storming their own capital. So this place is turning into what you call a shit show. Excuse my Italian. So these nations are watching very carefully. Remember, because they want next. So with all that's happening, it's not just, oh yeah, you know, damn Biden and, you know, Trump. Don't matter who you point the finger at. Bottom line is America's not looking good. And these nations are like, yup, we're about to invade this bitch. You know? This is what you gotta understand. These other nations they're ready. Because all you see on TV is Americans talking shit about each other, you know? Stuff like that, riots. Okay, wow, now look at, now the military's here. Now they gotta have military on their own border. But that's because America can't even control their border. Okay, they can't even control their citizens. Okay, they can't even control their president. See? Huh? This place is turning into a shit show. No matter how you look at it, all fucking foreigners, all the border, Trump, Biden, Elon Musk. It don't matter how you slice it. It don't matter how you point the finger. There's a problem in America. Okay? It's turning into a shit show because Yahweh and the angels are destroying the foundations from inside out. Okay? See that? Huh? Revelation chapter 12 verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Devil just means deceiver, false accuser. Okay? The devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. And he was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Alright, so I was just talking about Esau and these leaders, okay, around the world. Alright, so Esau, so-called white man, and these leaders around the world. Alright. So which deceiveth the whole world, because they lie to the whole world. All right, the self-proclaimed white man. That word right there, saying, means a shaitan, which means adversary, because they are our enemy. But you gotta understand. You see? All right. Which deceiveth the whole world, because they lie to the whole world. That's why everything's the truth is very being brought out now, because the prophets are back. You know, the spirit of the truth, the right hand side. See, because the left hand side have been ruling this whole time. And how do they lie? I mean, how do they rule? Secret societies, Illuminati. You know the deal. We're not gonna go too far into detail into that, but that's why, because they lie. See, so they lie to the whole world. Something called iconoclasm. During the Renaissance era, the 1400 AD. Renaissance means rebirth, because the Edomites came out of the Caucasus Mountains when the first Roman Empire fell, 300, 400 AD. Us Israelites, we pushed them into the Caucasus Mountains, which is located in Georgia, Russia, for approximately about 1,000 years. But the so-called white man, they're not originally from the Caucasus Mountains. Because that's what that word means. Caucasian, it means cave dweller, because they lived in the caves, literally. Okay, but before that, they're originally from Mount Seir, Mount Petra, which is south of Jerusalem, which is south of Israel. Okay, it's south of it. All right, they're originally from Mount Seir, Mount Petra. Okay. And his angels were cast out with him. Yeah, because Esau and all his buddies, they're all going to slavery. All these banking families, even Trump, even Putin's ass. Okay, all these Edomites are going into slavery. All of them, compadre. See, all their homeboys, they're all going to slavery. See, you know, yeah, America is gonna fight Russia and all that, Iran, all that. Don't matter. All these clowns are going to slavery. Whoever survived, and then when they resurrect, they're going to be born right into slavery. They're going to be born with chains on. Facts. So that's why the Israelites, we're just laughing, because we don't give a damn. Because we know it don't matter if Russia got an upper hand on the United States, you know, or if they have an upper hand on China or on NATO. They're all heathen at the end of the day. All of them are going to slavery. So it really don't matter. Oh yeah, Russia has the upper hand. Don't matter. Okay, yeah, they may be winning a little bit, but at the end of the day, they're going to slavery too. All of them are going to slavery. So it really don't matter, you know, because we already know where they're going. So we don't gotta be all like, because we already know what it is. You know, we got the rundown already from our Lord. See? Verse 10, and I heard, Revelation chapter 12, verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the power of his anointed, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Who's the accuser of our brethren? The Edomites, because they accuse us night and day. They're constantly trying to oppress us and put us in jail, you know, which accuse them before our power day and night. Yeah, because the Edomites and the heathens, they set up the Israelites to go off, and then they go to the Most High and complain and say, look what your people are doing. But it's like, yeah, you're setting them up. You know, you're the one dangling the carrot right in front of them. So that's why the Lord's like, look at these dumbasses, you know, because you guys are the ones dangling the carrot right in front of them. And then you complain to the Lord like, look, destroy them. Look what your people are doing. It's like, well, you're setting them up. Dumbass. So the Lord's just like laughing. That's why the Lord's just laughing at these heathen. See? Verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. Right. So right there, very important key point right there. So the elect of the nation of Israel overcame who? Them, our enemies. the heathens, the Edomites, because they're constantly trying to bring us down. So how did how did they overcome? You know, how did they overcome our enemies? You know, if Satan supposedly beat Yahushai's blood would be no good, because how can they overcome Satan and the Edomites and heathen just by Yahushai's blood if Satan won? Because if Satan won, Yahushai's blood would be no good because Satan won, you know? So Yahushai's blood wouldn't do anything or mean anything. See that? So that's why the elect don't need to buy guns and all that stuff, because Yahushai got them, because he defeated Satan. That's why the elect don't have to do anything. They don't have to panic and buy underground bunkers and weapons like the heathen, because Yahushai got them, because his blood, he purchased them with his blood. See that? That's why the heathen and Edomites, yeah, they gotta scramble, hire agents and undercovers and all that, just to go into slavery, just to get beat down, and then go into slavery. They're doing all this just to get beat down, just to get beat down, just to get beat down, and then go into slavery and chains. See that? So they're doing all this running around for nothing. No one's leaving this planet just to get bitch slapped, just to get bitch slapped. At the end of the day, imagine all this preparation just to get bitch slapped. Imagine. You know, and Esau, I know some of your agents are listening to this. I know you're mad. You know, whenever you're ready, make your move. You know, remember, your beatdown's already prepared. You just gotta make your move. Sally, you see? No pressure. So right there, very important. Revelation chapter 12 verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. So how are the elect, the righteous, going to overcome the wicked? By the blood of the Lamb, because they already got the victory. How? Because Yahushai defeated Satan and overcame this world. And by the word of their testimony, because the elect are not ashamed of the Lord. Okay? They love not their lives unto death, because the elect don't like to be here, but they still go to work. They still gotta do what they gotta do, but all the way to death, because the elect are not gonna sell out. The elect are not gonna compromise like these wimps out here, like you 2/3 who are cherries, you know, who are working with the so-called white man. See, you know, but that's all right. You guys are gonna have a date with the missile. You ain't going nowhere, you know. I know cashing that check is nice. I know. You know, enjoy that latte. Enjoy your Skechers. You know? But when that fire comes, you know, don't whine like a little bitch, because it's coming. And your daddy Esau can't protect you, because he's gonna be melted. And his red ass is going to slavery. It don't matter how many clones or super soldiers or teams they got out here. All of them are going down. Just like the Pharaoh. Remember what happened to the Pharaoh? Same thing. So it don't even matter? Don't even matter, mijo. Huh? Verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. So rejoice, you guys. You know, don't be all paranoid and just, you know, we're giving you information just for you to know. But, you know, the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound of mind. Remember that, okay? So you have to just hold it down and trust in the Lord, okay? Because the Lord said He got you. He got you. You know, if you believe in the Lord says He's gonna protect His elect, and that's that. See? So you don't have to. You don't gotta worry about all that like the heathen, buying guns and worry about, oh man, when these elites cut the food off, what are you gonna do? Isaiah 65:13 goes into that. Okay, the Lord is gonna feed His elect. See, that's the thing is, but do you believe the Lord can save you and can feed you and perform miracles in that time of need? Or are you just a pretender? See, so this is why you have to really believe. Like, you have to truly believe. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. So the elect right now that dwell on the planet Earth. Woe to you and to the inhabitants of the earth. Okay, so everybody that lives on the earth. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, okay, the Edomites, the Self-proclaimed white man, is come down unto you, especially us Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So why is the devil, the Edomites, gonna come down hard on the Israelites? Because we are the children of Israel. See? Alright? Having great wrath. So they're gonna come with great wrath. That's why it's, the slogan on the left hand side, the New World Order, is expect no mercy. Because they know that that they're going down. They know, the top elites know that the Lord hates them. Okay, these small level minions low level minions out here might not know, but these top elites, they know. Okay, they know that they can receive no mercy. Okay, they know this. For the devil, the Edomites, starting with the international bankers, okay, these are royal elite, because they're pushing for the New World Order, and not only are they going to push for that New World Order, but they're going to bring it in through chaos. They're not going to set it up all, structurally and orally. No, they're going to do it by causing these wars, starving people out. See that? So they want to bring in the New World Order, but by killing people, bringing more pestilence, starving people out by chaos, civil war. See? All right? Because it's all about them getting the people to act up, so they can be justified in releasing the UN troops. Because if they bring a lot of civil unrest and stuff like that, across the board, which you clearly saw. Okay, remember, they want the people to act up. Okay, that's part of their agenda. That way, they can bring the boots on the ground. They can release the robots and put your seatbelts on, because remember, right there with the Marines and the National Guard, that's just the beginning. But remember, they're about to release, top tier Terminators. Some of you may laugh, but they really have them, okay? Androids, like robots, Facts. All right? Facts. Talking facts right here, baby. All right? Top drones. Yep, it's going to look like that movie, The Terminator, out here. Remember when they had, in the beginning of that movie, Terminator 1 and Terminator 2? If you ever watched those Terminator movies, remember at the beginning they had all those advanced like airplanes and drones and all that? They have that. That's the left hand side. So they're coming with top technology, top. It ain't gonna be where people are just gonna be all, protesting, well, hey, we don't like Trump. No, it's gonna get very, very medieval out here. Remember, step by step, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse till you actually see robots out here. That's why in Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, Michael's gonna have to stand up, the angel, okay? And not just Michael, but that's just one, okay? He's a chief archangel, but just to show you how bad it's gonna be out here, because it's gonna be so bad out here that the angels are gonna have to intervene, because the elite, okay, they have top technology out there. Top androids, robots, AI. All right, this is what you have to understand. They got that. Okay, big time, big time, big time. So this is why the angels got to intervene. All right, so that's how advanced their weaponry is on the left hand side. All right, remember, secret societies. all right, that the people don't even know about. There's teams out there that are not even on the map. Because you may say, who? CIA, FBI? Who? You know, the United States, Iran? No, these people, they're not even on the map. Okay, you got cities underneath the ground. You got secret societies. All right, people that you don't even know about. You see? All right. This is why King David said, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked," because all those those conspiracies like you guys learned about, all that Illuminati, school balls, that's very real. Very real. These elites, those secret societies, very real. Very real, very real. See that? But don't worry. The angels of the 144 got them. But are they? Will they be able to come out here and cause chaos for a little bit? Yes. They do have a green light from the Lord. They do have a go-ahead from the Lord because they were created to do that. They are the wicked. Remember, the Lord controls the left-hand side as well, because Satan is a son of the Lord, but on the left-hand side. So Yahweh controls the left-hand side as well. Remember that. They're not just going to do this thing and try to go against the Lord. No. Okay, the Lord created them to do this. Okay, He tells Satan, and Satan tells their top demons, starting with Baphomet. Okay, because Baphomet is real. That ain't no made-up figure. Okay, Buddha is fake, but Baphomet is a top-ranking demon underneath Satan, Shaitan. It's very real. Okay, all right, and he runs like in this realm out here. Okay, the like America area. Okay, all right, California, all that. Baphomet is in this area, in this realm. Okay, in this region. So this is what you have to understand. It's very real. All right, it ain't no just like when those gothic people, they have that and stuff like that. That's very real. Okay, you gotta know what's real and what's not, but that's very real. But the Lord controls that. Okay, Yahweh Shai created the demons. Imagine that. Okay, so how about that? You think Yahweh and Yahweh Shai created the demons? Those principalities. So you want to talk about power? Who you think created those everything? Okay, Yahweh Shai in the 144. Okay, because the demons, they're underneath the 144. The 144 are stronger than them. Okay, the 144 will even tell angels what to do. That's how high the 144 are. Because there's different levels to this thing. It's all about there's rank, there's levels to everything. It's just that this world, all they know is Satan and Baphomet. Molech, Baal. All right, but there's higher levels than them. See, but that's all that this world knows. You see? All right. So so that's who. Remember, the Lord and the 144,000 created them. So that's something that to think about. Because the Lord created them. Imagine. That's something very major right there. Because not only do they know about them, they created them. So you can't be like, oh yeah, let's get these. The left-hand side can't be like, oh yeah, let's get these demons to attack the 144 and they'll be through. Shoot, the 144 created those demons. What Yahweh Shai. Don't even start. So not only could their military can't do anything against the 144, but not even these demons. Okay, right now, yeah, they can hop in and test them a little bit, but they can't kill the 144. Okay, because Yahweh Shai and the 144 are the original, are your original creators. Created everything, the planets, you mortals, okay, everything, okay? The demons. See? So the 144 are not just ordinary people out here. Very major. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth, everybody that lives on the earth. There's going to be total chaos here, the whole earth, not just America. And of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, the Edomites, the elites, having great wrath. Why are they going to be mad? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, because they're going to slavery. They're running out of time. Yes, they do have that window promised to them by the Lord, because the Lord created them to do that, to bring in, that martial law, bring in the guillotines. Okay, because the Lord created the wicked for that purpose. But what you got to realize is that after, it's only a small moment. After that, that's it. The Lord is going to do away with wickedness. See? So with that, that's it on today's lesson. Okay, on the that was the breakdown on the war in heaven. So it wasn't that Satan fought against the Lord and took a third of the angels with him. Okay, that's false and incorrect. Okay, Satan is a wicked angel, a son of the son of Yahweh, but on the left hand side. So up there, there's complete order. There's nobody up there fighting and going to war up there. Up there, everything's in complete order. So with that, that's it on today's lesson. Stay strong, stay prayed up, on your feet, soldier. Shalom.